All right, so here we are, day 2 at the flea market. Of course, still dark. It's just a little after 6 a.m. You can see we've got a little different setup here today, and we'll see how this works. So we're not undercover like we usually like to be. So one thing I forgot to mention yesterday that I found interesting, if you think back to or look back at one of our old videos, we had this $50 haul from a man cave, and one of the first things we sold yesterday were 5 pairs of nautical, like maritime stainless steel hinges for $50. And that's all we paid for the entire lot. So that's kind of gravy. And another thing that I found interesting about that, just before this one guy who was restoring sailboats came up and bought those, happy as could be, another person threw them down in disgust when I told them they were $10 a piece. And these are things that retail like 30 plus or minus. So the guy was happy as heck to get them. So anyway, I forgot to mention that yesterday, but I thought it was really cool. So if you want to see where those came from, we'll put up a link to the video where we got them. So everything else in that lot is gravy. Here we go. We're going to get set up, and again, hopefully we'll have a chance to give you some shots of what's selling and what our thing looks like, but it gets hectic. Sometimes we can't always do it. All right, here we go. This has got to be done way better than this. That's $10. No, it's 25. All right, we'll figure it out. You just got to keep getting stuff out of the truck right now because we need to empty it.
Today.
All right, thank you much. How are you, my friend? Good.
Got it?
All right, just wanted to, I mean, it's such an oddball item. We had to have it when we saw it, this Cannondale, store advertising piece, and one of the first things that sold today. Thank you.
There you go. All right. Thank you.
Okay. All right, so we sold that little lantern, Pullman lantern, for $10. All right, so an hour or so into the day, and just want to show you some of the kind of things. So these are like $25 each. We got some reels, and most of this stuff is like 50 plus or minus if we try to sell it on eBay. So 25, it should do pretty well. A whole bunch of hardware. We got some sailing hardware. Got a nice club aluminum pot. So, big lot of Thomas Train and some Polaroid film. You got like an old bingo cage. Some collectible tools. Some mid-century hardware. We got a whole box full of this stuff. Got Harley patches, different prices. Boat rope. This is all 25 and up stuff. A nice butter churn and a boat anchor, hazmat suit, military hazmat, signed Randolph Scott. Just a huge, really an assortment of stuff. Some handlebar extensions, Harley stuff, some vintage pottery, router, a bunch of different higher end tools, some Craftsman sets. A multi-tool flooring nailer, Craftsman set.
Go ahead, it has it.
We'll see.
It does it? Okay.
And we got some in a flying horsepower thing. All right, moving over. Like at the $10 table, we got a whole bunch of baseball and softball bats. Just a real big assortment of stuff from Three Stooges. Got a collectible book on Scotch tartans. We got just good, useful stuff. We got some fishing lures, some fishing tackle box with stuff in it. A bunch of assorted tools and whatnot. A lot of interest in this flashlight, but no takers. And fishing reels, just assorted tools, that are in the 10 to 20 range for the most part. These bowls are, well, we don't have the full set, but these are like $10 plus or minus pretty easily. And I offered one guy $10 for both of them. He didn't take them. Got some really nice pots and really nice pans. Sorted framed items. You know, just neat stuff. Hopefully we'll sell a bunch of it. Got some golf balls. A bunch of Titleist stuff here. Some brand new boots. Really nice pair of Danskos. More golf balls. These are made in sandals that are made in Key West, Florida, and we're in Florida. A bunch of perfumes that you saw from the that little thinking outside the box video. Got some big wrenches, gloves, more boat accessories, some nails and whatnot. Of course, lots of fishing poles and whatnot. Again, we're still working in the $10 a piece table. So you get an idea of the kind of stuff we bring for that. And, you know, you just never know. You got to wait for the right person to come by that appreciates what you got. That's the trick with this. The more traffic you have, the better it is. DVDs up the wing wang. We sell those pretty steadily throughout the day, $1 a piece. You can see how we have them marked out. $1 each or 6 for $5. You know, canoe paddles, some more golf clubs. There's a variety of stuff, really. Here we're coming over. This is like all $3 stuff. We don't have much room for that, so we've got stuff underneath the table. But we've got some locks, a whole bunch of new and packaged hardware. We sold, we had 5 license plates. We sold 4 of them already. Just a whole bunch of golf balls, like $3 for a bag. These are all vintage glasses, and a lot of them sell for $15, $20 on eBay. And we're just asking $3. We're at a flea market, right? And a whole bunch of knives. We might throw these out for $1 a piece because we're not getting much action at $3. There's nothing special in there, but we bought the whole box for $5, so you can't go wrong there. Again, we got some, back to the $10 items. We got some pony clamps, and these sell pretty good on eBay. They sell for a lot more than $10 a piece. So some of this stuff can just go back to eBay if we don't sell it at the flea market. We got these old, is it Western Electric, or anyway, some old telephone bells. Just a big variety of stuff. We got a machete and some knives. And, anyway, in my mind, everything here is cheap and wholesale. But you get it's a flea market. People want stuff for $1, even if it's worth $50. But you can't blame them. That's what I want too. So we're really just waiting for the people who appreciate what we have. Dealers are a tough sell around here unless you're giving them, a $20 item for $1. They won't even pay $5 for a $20 item for the most part. This is a tough market. We've had a heck of a time with this. There's 25 people interested in it. Everyone picks it up, asks about it, asking $10. They put it right back down like they should get it for $1, right? Okay, anyway, that's kind of what we're doing, what we got out there, and so we'll report more as the day goes on. So, doing pretty well so far. Talking about selling some belt buckles that we found last summer to another guy we know here who's interested. I'm going to bring those to him tomorrow, see if he wants them. Thinking putting those knives on the dollar table. So much. So, $3. Yeah, I'm just getting ready to move these onto the dollar table. If it makes your decision any easier.
Okay.
Yeah. They're going to all be $1 a piece. Yeah. So. Help you decide. Yeah. It works, and it's got the extra lenses in the bottom. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a little age to it. Probably is. Yeah, Vietnam.
Yeah. I think that's the era.
Got just right amount of rust.
So 25 people have looked at this flashlight, right? And I said $10. I told people $7, and I said, "What am I going to have to do to sell it?" And this guy says, "Well, put $5 on it." It's yours, sold. Thank you.
Okay.
And there's batteries in there, but they're not real strong.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, I made sure it worked. But for $5, I'm not going to put $6 worth of batteries in it.
No.
So we're selling the rest of these knives for. We have them at $1 a piece. We're selling like 35 of them for $20.
Can I look at the firefighter one?
Sure. Thank you. Right, so this is a totally new thing for us. Someone actually stole something from us. Now, I didn't think people even did that anymore. But so right here, we had a wrench right here, and it had 2 of these in it. So we can maybe pinpoint in the video right where it was, what wrench it was. But so I'm just leaving them this little note. Mr. Shoplifter, you forgot a piece for you. I hope he comes by to get it. All right, so we're into the second day. We're packing up. As you can see, the place is pretty well emptied out. We're usually one of the last people here because we stay until the shoppers are gone. And they're gone. So anyway, here we are. Packing up. You'll notice I have my Ensolite pad, because after you kneel in and out of here like 25 times, it starts to hurt. So this makes it a lot more, well, it doesn't hurt with this, but without it, you know, it's just not as pleasant. So work smarter, not harder. All right, here we go. So we're getting ready for the third day of the flea market, and today we ran into 4 people looking for specific things that we just happen to have here. And so we're putting those together for them. One gal we met says she wants vintage electronics, so come over here. I could have showed you before we put them in the truck, but we got a vintage computer monitor back in there in the box, so a 17-inch. We got a couple of electric typewriters, some with parts. We got some Harman Kardon and Pioneer, you know, stereo components. This is not a Kenwood, it's a realistic LAB 395 turntable. So that's all for her. Hopefully she'll buy it. She's not going to have to pay much for it. One of our friends and one of our viewers who does crafts looked at some rope that I had, and she was saying, well, can I dye it? And I said, well, you know, I have some other stuff that's more natural fiber that will certainly be, you know, and she was like, whoa, yeah, that's great for my project. So can you bring me some? And so she said, I said, well, how much do you want? She goes, well, how much will it be? And I told her, well, yeah, I don't even know what this stuff's worth. I told her 50 cents a foot. And she goes, well, bring me 20 feet, $20 worth. So there's about 50 feet here. But let me show you where it's coming off of. Thank you, Sherry. I don't know if you can see under here, I just peeled it off this coil. It's about 1,200 feet down there. I think I may put a couple other coils together. We also had somebody looking for some nicer belt buckles, and as soon as I find those out, I'll show you what we have for him. That's for another one of the vendors there that we've become friendly with. Okay, so it's basically a bunch. So you may remember these from another video that we did. We bought 6 of these assorted National Wild Turkey Federation buckles for $70. And I told him that I would want 150. What I said is, look, I'll just bring them down. You can look them over and tell me if you want them or not. And if he doesn't, I don't have any problem selling them, because what we were seeing, if you can look here, this is when we bought them this summer. There's a winter, spring, summer, fall, and those are selling for 30 to 50 a piece. And if I say they're selling 30 to 50 a piece, that's what I'm finding them at. There's an Eastern Conference one I could not find, and the 15th anniversary asking around 100, and they seem to be selling pretty good in the 60 to 80 range when we look today, just to show them that, yeah, these are what I say they are. So anyway, I'm going to let him look them up, decide if he can use them or not. If not, we'll sell them on eBay. But I figured I'd give him a shot at it. All right, so second day of the flea market, all in, money's counted. There's the actual take, $593 today. Again, a little less than we were hoping for, but maybe that's just what we can come to expect from that flea market at the time. It is the same people day in and day out, year in and year out, with not a ton of traffic. But anyway, you know, we've done better in the past. Maybe it's the market that's slipping. Maybe it's our inventory that's not up to snuff. You really can't tell, because it's never apples to apples. So anyway, that was our day today. We're at it again tomorrow. Let you know how it goes.